There we go. Welcome back to another episode of Hot Takes and Pump Fakes. We got a regular crew here tonight. David Prince, James Garey, Kelvin Jones, Evan, Coach P. Pruett. Missing our guy, John Garey, tonight. He had to go try to be the next Caitlin Clark out there on the basketball court. He's in our thoughts and prayers. Hopefully he's not getting his ankles broken too bad. We got an action-packed show tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Sure going to be definitely a lot of hot takes with a side of pump fakes coming from all the guys tonight. Big game last night, fellas. We're going to start off with a UConn versus San Diego State national championship basketball game. Me, James, Davo, and Big Gav, Big Gup, we were watching it together last night. Shout out Gup. Since we were watching it together last night, I'm going to swing it over to James first. James, what were your thoughts on the game last night?
Every time San Diego State was trying to come back, UConn said, not going to happen. This was a tournament of destiny for UConn. They dominated every single opponent, even the stat sheet didn't show it. I mean, I don't even think they had one guy score more than 20 points in the Final Four, which is impressive if you're beating teams like that. Couple things. I really enjoyed this tournament. I know people were like, oh, this sucks. Because they didn't know any of the teams, they didn't know anybody on the teams. There wasn't like a big star in the Final Four. But I felt like a star did break through, and his name is Jordan Hawkins. And because of his play in the tournament, that guy is going to earn millions of dollars and be a first-round pick. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope this continues to happen. And if people keep talking about expanding the tournament, I think that's bullcrap. I just think you need to find a better way to put the best teams in the tournament. So,
Facts. Yeah, I agree. Shout out, Adam Sonogo too for UConn. That dude's an absolute beast. But I'll swing it over to David now. What you think there, Dave?
Scroll up. See what I wrote down. First off, I want to say congratulations to both San Diego State and UConn for getting to the championship game. It's one ride, definitely, from start to finish to even get to that point. I do wish it was a more competitive game. UNC, holy smokes. UConn just dominated the whole tournament, and it carried on to the championship game. I feel like that's all you really want, whether your team's in or not, is a very good competitive sports game, and that just didn't happen. And you hate to see stuff like that, but the better team obviously showed who they really are and absolutely balled out. The last thing I got to say is the glazing of Lamont Butler before the game was insane. Guy's a solid basketball player, but y'all were treating him like he was freaking LeBron James in the championship game. But, yeah.
Yep. He was not great last night. He's going to be back for the 2023-2024 year. So I think San Diego State still can make a run at it. Maybe not a run at championship again, but I think they're going to be a good team next year. Lamont Butler still has some stuff to prove next year. Coach P, big basketball guy. Our resident basketball expert. What you thinking?
Oh yeah, big basketball guy. No, I'll be honest. I completely forgot that they played last night until like halfway through the first half. And by that point, I was too far into watching the home run derby in St. Louis. But anyways, I will say real quick. I said a couple of weeks ago, UConn was looking good, and that it was when Bama was still in. I said I still have Bama to win it, but I think UConn can make a run and make it challenging because they're good. Bama went out like 3 days later, so we don't have to talk about that. But then last week I said UConn probably going to win it. I think we all said that. But I didn't expect them to win it by the margin that they did. I can't remember the last time that I've seen such a convincing display of just outright getting outplayed. I mean, their closest game was against Miami, and they won by 13. They didn't win a game by less than 13. That's insane. So I mean, UConn, I don't know how they were only a 4 seed because they played the whole time like they could have been a 1 seed. So
yeah, no, I agree, Coach Peter. They're the number 1 team at some point in the year. the Big East was an absolute gauntlet this year in college basketball. So I don't think necessarily UConn was ever not a very, very highly ranked team. The Big East, probably the Big East, they just lost some games. And that happens. I mean, they shouldn't have lost 2 to Xavier. Marquette was really freaking good. Providence was really freaking good. I mean, they had great teams in the Big East this year. Might have been the strongest conference in all of college basketball. I don't think it was UConn's fault. It's just basketball. You're going to lose games, Kelvin, what are we thinking?
Yeah, shout out to me and James for picking UConn before the tournament started.
The glazing is crazy right now.
Crazy. Won the office tournament, shout out to the Huskies, but no, for real. But Coach P, back to your point, that at one point in the season, they lost like 5 out of 6 or like 6 out of 8 games. And because they started off like 13-0, 14-0, and then they went up to being the number 1 team in the country. Then they went on a little cold streak. But yeah, I think they're probably the newest blue blood on the block. I mean, 5 national championships in 24 years. That's the most out of anybody. And second, I think, is Duke and Kentucky with 3. So, yeah, I mean, they were dominant. Like you said, their closest win was 13 points. Probably one of the more dominant runs we've seen in recent history. So, yeah, they're by far the best team in the country. I don't know, as soon as the tournament started, I don't think any team, maybe Kansas State in the first 2 rounds maybe could have gave them a game, maybe. But other than that, yeah, they were just dominant. So, yeah, shout out to the Huskies. Shout out to them winning me $130. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading something today that the only person they're losing is Jordan Hawkins, and even though he's really freaking good, they're bringing back everybody else. Mm-hmm. They're bringing in a 5-star, and they're also bringing in 2 more top 100 players in high school next year. So 3 top 100 players, one of those being a 5-star. They're going to be really, really, really freaking good next year. They could easily repeat. Sonogo's. He's not even a top 100 NBA draft prospect on most boards. I mean, he's 100% coming back. They're basically their team besides Jordan Hawkins will be back, plus the addition of 5 stars and 5-star and 2 4-stars. So that's going to be a fun team to watch next year. I was seeing today Marquette returns everybody too, and they won the Big East this year. So Marquette, like I said, Big East is going to be brutal next year.
Yeah. Creighton's still going to be good.
Creighton, Providence is good. They're going to have Kim English now. I think he's a really good coach. They got their
good player. I don't know if you saw with Kim English, he beat one of his players one-on-one, and that made him stay.
Yeah,
Providence, and he took his name out of the portal, which I think is pretty cool. If you got a coach like that can connect with players on day one, they're scary. So
yeah. And Providence, one of those basketball-rich schools. They got, I know Devin Carter. He's former Gamecock. He averaged like 13 last year. He's really good. He's coming back. And their other guard, they averaged like 16 a game last year. I can't remember his name. He's one of the best players in the Big East. Can't remember his name. He's coming back too now. So yeah, Providence gonna be good. Big East gonna be fun to Georgetown. Big East gonna be fun to watch next year. Yeah.
The Big 12 is gonna be fun to watch too. At Houston joining.
Yep, that's true.
They ain't ready for it though.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna move to some women's basketball talk now. Sore subject for 3 of the guys in here. But we're gonna start with the Iowa versus LSU game. Fellas, I'll lead this one off. I gotta clear my throat, get my name back in the right places here. I made a prediction that I didn't back up. I'll be the first one to admit it. I cashed. I just couldn't. I made a prediction I couldn't back up, fellas. It was bad. I said Caitlin Clark wouldn't have a 40-point triple-double. She dang near did. She had like 41, 8, and 9, which is stupid. She could play in the NBA and average 12 points a game. I mean, she's really good. Besides the point.
What's the bet?
It's not important.
I think we should.
No.
I think you should like the viewers.
Iowa versus LSU. national championship game. You know, fellas, I know our women's basketball, it's growing. I think this game was really good for the sport of women's basketball. Do I think LSU is the best team in the tournament? No, absolutely not. South Carolina showed that when we beat them by 20 in the regular season. They had a really. I'll give it to Kim Mulkey. She's a good coach. She had a game plan for Iowa. They put it on them. You know, so LSU is going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem. I'm not necessarily worried about them. South Carolina's just going to keep reloading. But LSU is going to be a good. That's going to be a good matchup in the SEC for many, many years to come if Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey stay in their same places for a while. Shout out them though. Tough loss for the Cox. We'll bounce back. Not worried about that. I mean, we're just going to reload. Yes, I'll swing it over to Kelvin now. Kelvin, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like I said, told you guys last week, Caitlin Clark triple-double, 40-point triple-double. She got close, but yeah, she's a dog. I mean, Angel Reese is a dog too. Like you said, women basketball is really growing. Like that was really one of the first times like I sat down and was like hyped for a game. Like, I'm like ready to watch this game, and it was really good. The whole situation after that was kind of everybody's up in arms about it. I don't think it was really a big deal. I mean, we've seen way worse from professional athletes, so it's kind of like who really cares at the end of the day? If Caitlin Clark said it's fine, then why do you care? You know. So, but yeah, like you said, LSU is going to be a problem next year. Obviously, Kim Mulkey's there, and then Angel Reese is going to be back, and then the Cox are going to be back too. So with Caitlin Clark, and then of course UConn will always be there, Louisville, Miami. So it's going to be women's basketball is going to be really interesting next season. Maybe keep my eye on it. So
heck yeah, Kel. Devo, what you think?
Caitlin Clark, yeah, she's a dog. I did a little bit of research on her. She's second in NCAA in points this season and number 1 in assists. That tells you anything about what kind of basketball player she is. Talking about the game, give it up 102 points in a 4-quarter game. It's kind of crazy. Even just in college basketball in general, that goes for men's and women's. Defense seemed to be non-existent. So, yeah, that is all I have to say about that.
Heck yeah, Coach B.
Yeah, like y'all said, I think we've all kind of touched on how women's basketball is growing, but I mean, we haven't really discussed just by how much. I mean, I just found this. It said that the women's championship had 9.9 million viewers. That's already double what they had last year. 2 years ago, NCAA didn't even let them use the March Madness logo for their tournament. And now they just had those 9.9 million viewers were more than the average of each game of the NBA Finals in 2020 and 2021. So that right there is just showing how much women's basketball is growing. I think it's a great thing because, I mean, just you can never have too many, nationally televised sporting events. I mean, why would you want that as the highest grossing industry in the nation? So keep it up. So yeah, it's a great thing. Like Kelvin was saying, I think everything that transpired after the game was blown way out of proportion. If you can have Lance Lynn with the Chicago White Sox scream "woohoo F you" after he gets a strikeout, then why can't you? But whatever. It's just people are always going to find something to complain about. So there's no point even really hashing it out.
For sure. James.
Yeah, it was a good game to watch. I watched it in Clemson this weekend. I think I'm going to touch a little bit on the Iowa-South Carolina game. I think if I'm Dawn Staley, you don't game plan like the way she did. She game planned for Caitlin Clark. She didn't game plan for Iowa. that's going to happen. That's a player you're just not going to stop. I mean, it's like LeBron. You can't game plan for LeBron. You got to game plan around LeBron. And I think that this loss is on Don, unfortunately, because you can't let easy buckets like that happen. And
Hey,
the
James, I got
LSU
a
turns
quick
around.
question for you.
Huh?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think y'all got like too cocky and thought like you guys like weren't
think
gonna,
we
like,
thought
no
that
team
we
was ever gonna beat
deserved-
y'all?
I think that we thought that we deserved to be in the national championship without playing a Final Four game, But then LSU turned around and said, you know what, Caitlin Clark's going to do what she does, gets 38 and 8, but we're going to control everything else outside of that. And they did, and they won. They deserved to win. Sorry, Ryan, but that was the best team in the tournament, in my opinion, because they played like it. They acted like it. South Carolina didn't act like it in one game, and that's all that matters. But, yeah, sport has grown, man. I really like that the NCAA really pushed it. Like, you could tell, like, through social media that they were really pushing this tournament. Like, I don't even remember, like, the last time 2 number 1 seeds in a women's tournament went down in the round of 32, and it happened within a 2-hour span of each other, which I think is crazy because that just doesn't happen in women's basketball. It's usually the Titans always playing against each other, 1 seed, and maybe a 2 seed. But this was different. This is a way different tournament. I really enjoyed watching it. So,
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, it should be next, like Kelvin said, next year's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be really good. So we'll see. MLB season started, fellas. It's going to be a fun year for that as well. A lot of teams that got a chance this year. Coach P, MLB expert, we're going to swing it to you first, my friend.
Oh, big MLB guy,
Yep, huge.
Huge.
I've
Huge.
actually currently got, the Braves game on while we're doing this. I'm looking back and forth here.
Classic Coach B.
Watching the rookie, Dylan Dodd absolutely carve up this Cardinals team that I was told I was supposed to be so scared of because their lineup is so potent and so good that whatever.
go ahead and at him while you're at it. Go ahead and at that guy.
What?
Go ahead and at that guy while you're at it.
At John Garey.
Adam Jones.
At John. But, it's been a pretty fun, 5 days. Season's still young. Still got the Phillies who can't buy a win, which is really throwing me off. But I'm okay with that because, like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I think they're going to give the Braves the biggest run in the NL East. So if they're starting off slow, we're starting off hot. That's the best thing that could happen at the moment. I don't know. On a lighter note, I do want to say I just saw something Liam Hendricks just posted today for his fans that he is starting his last round of chemo and that he should be expected to come back hopefully pretty soon. So always good to see that. I'm not a White Sox fan by any means, but I am happy for Liam and glad that he's going to get back out there soon where he should be. So
For sure. That's sick. I hope he can get a full recovery from that. I mean, it's awesome, they beat it regardless. But hopefully he can get a full recovery and get back out there on the field soon. The English was tough there. Holy smokes.
it's that moment.
My mouth just didn't work. Golly. All right, Davo, I'll go to the second biggest baseball expert in here next. Davo?
I did actually write some stuff down, but I did only write things down on stuff down on my team, the Brewers. It's a little conceited, but it is a huge step for me because I barely kept up with the Brewers. I just know they lost. They were 1 game behind in making the playoffs last year, so I had to keep up the first 4 games, and I'm trying to get back into it. But Brewers had a rough opening day. They lost 4-1 to the Cubs. That was just the most ideal start. Saw a TikTok on that For You page that day. It was a Brewers fan just pissing in the middle of the right outside the concession stand. So I think some of the guys saw that and they got a little upset because they're on a 3-game win streak with a total of 22 runs in the past 3 games, including a 10-0 beatdown on the Mets yesterday. So
Beat
sorry,
down.
tank.
Doing the Lord's work.
You break the tank.
Shout out Tank. Shout out. All right, David, I like it. I like the stats, man. Brewers, Brewers are good, man. They got, Corbin Burns, one of the best starters in baseball. They got Devin Williams. Y'all already know my opinion on Devin Williams. Guy's awesome. Best closer in baseball. Best pitch in baseball. That changeup. It just makes me emotional watching that changeup, man. It's so freaking pretty.
God, that freaking changeup, man.
That freaking changeup. I'm a sucker for a good changeup. Love it. Love it. Kelv?
Yeah, man.
Red Sox.
I've been keeping up with.
Out.
They don't look too bad. Offense looks good. I mean, they scored 9 runs in the first 3 or 4 games each. But
Braves legend Adam Duvall.
Braves legend Adam Duvall.
Braves legend Adam Duvall.
But
Braves
yeah,
legend
they
Adam
just
Duvall.
can't. Their pitching is just not doing good right now. Tampa Bay looks really good. Obviously, the Braves look really good. The Mariners are 1-4. So
Yikes.
my Mariners World Series. I know it's the beginning of the season, anything can happen, but it's not looking too hot right now. I don't know. I'm really feeling Tampa Bay and Cleveland right now. One of my old buddies from middle school actually pitched for the Guardians last night, Xavier Curry. We went to school together, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Braves look really good. They like the best team in the league. So, and how do you guys feel about the pitch clock so far?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Manny Machado don't like it. I'll tell you that right now.
I was about to say that.
I saw that.
Manny Machado doesn't like it. I don't think Scherzer's a very big fan of it, but
Yeah.
Scherzer's not a fan of much.
Yeah, I think I think people are starting to get used to it. I think it's like 1 per game, which I think people are blowing it way out of proportion during the offseason. People are like, oh, it's going to be like 50 a game or this and that. And it's like, dude, everybody will get used to it at some point, like in all sports when a rule change. Yeah, it'll be a struggle at first, but then halfway through the season, it's going to be like normal. So, yeah. Even the fact that it's even at 1 a game is still really good. So,
for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. James?
I got an interesting stat. Can you name the top 2 leaders in batting average for the start of the season?
Dansby Swanson, Adam Duvall, 588.
Dansby Swanson and Adam Duvall, 2 former Atlanta Braves. Which
Both of them
it goes to show that
588.
spring training doesn't mean much, because Dansby did not have good spring training. I don't think Duvall did either. All of a sudden, they're just something clicked for these first 5 games. Obviously, Braves are whooping up on teams. Cardinals, I'm sorry that you're getting in the way, but it looks like a series loss as of right now for them. Let me see. All right, 2 more things. Xander Bogaerts, he looks really freaking good. Like that, if he keeps going like the way he's going, he's got a strong case for NL MVP. I mean, he's looking like the best Padre right now, Obviously, that could change at the start of the season. And then an interesting stat I saw about Mike Trout. In 4 games, he's taken 69 pitches. He's just looked at them. All balls, no one's throwing to Mike Trout. Now, I don't know why. I forgot who they played the first series. But yeah, no one's throwing the ball to Mike Trout. Not sure why. So.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Go for it.
I don't think it would be too far-fetched to say, because of the pitch clock, because of the pickoff rules, because of the bigger bases, I don't think it's too far to say that Ronald Acuna Jr. does have a 40-40 season this year. I mean, he's already got 2 stolen bases and 2 homers, and we're 5 games in. Like, he's just on a different level. He has struck out twice through the first 5 games.
That's huge.
So
he might not be the only one that does that either. That's the
no, that's the thing. I think Michael Harris could probably have a 30-30. He'll have a 20-20 at least.
We're going to see, I think this year, we're going to see some ridiculous stolen base numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw something. Isn't it like 80% of stolen bases are like, it was something crazy. It was like 64 of 80 over the first weekend, like really high number.
Well, I mean, the guys know because you can only pick off twice before you got to go to the plate. So, I mean.
Yeah, because if you go and you pick off try to pick off a third time and you don't get them out, then they get awarded a base, and that I'm pretty sure that counts as a stolen base, or does it count as a balk?
I don't know.
I think it counts as a stolen base. I don't know. In other news, the Brewers are now at 4-0. So thank you, Dave-O. You're doing the Lord's work.
I need to see who's pitching.
Yep. Speaking of the Mets, fellas, they have 9 pitchers on the injured list right now, which is, I mean, you're not going to win games like that. It's just not going to happen. So I mean, if they keep that up, the Mets might be freaking damn. They'd still beat the Nationals probably. They'd probably finish 4th in the division. I think the Marlins might be better than the Mets. The Mets have 9 of their pitchers on the IL for their extended period of time. Yeah, I mean it's going to be a good year. The Rays are looking really good. That pitching staff is elite. Might be the best in baseball. Definitely top 5, top 3 maybe in baseball. McClanahan, like I said earlier, I'm jumping on the bandwagon for my guy Shane McClanahan. If he stays healthy, he's going to win the AL Cy Young. I mean, he's a lefty, throws 97. Pretty freaking good when you can do that. So the Rays are fun to watch. Randy Rosarina, he's just carrying around the hot streak from the World Baseball Classic. He might be a dark horse to win AL MVP this year. Julio Rodriguez, another guy that could have a 40-40 season. He's already got 2 home runs and 2 stolen bases, I believe. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun season, man. I think there's a lot of teams that are really, really good, and I think there might be 6, 7, 8 teams that have a legitimate shot of winning the whole freaking thing this year, which is normally not the case. Normally, I think there's 3, maybe 4 teams that can win it. Now I think there's close to 8 teams that can win it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. I'm ready to watch a lot more baseball. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Gotta remember what topic's next. Oh yeah, spring ball has started for football. College football. The guys here, huge college football fans.
Huge.
That's kind of our bread and butter on this podcast, I would say. So we're gonna do a little spring preview. I'm gonna swing it over to fellow Gamecock James Garey. See what he's got to start off with here.
No, I'm gonna let Dave and Ryan talk about the Gamecocks today. I could talk about it all day. I have some other things I want to talk about. I'm stealing this. My first one, I'm stealing it from Josh Pate. Does Penn State have a quarterback now? I'm hearing a lot of rumblings that Drew Aller is that guy, and he's that guy to lead them to a Big Ten championship. I don't know. Obviously, we got to see him play in week 1, see what he does. I mean, he's got surrounding pieces. That team has a great defense, 2 running backs, over 1,000 yards last season, returning wide receivers, returning the offensive line. I think they have a legit shot, but I think it all comes down to whether or not they have a competent quarterback, because I don't think they've really had one in past years. A guy that can lead them to victories with 2 minutes left, down 3, and freaking the big house, I don't think they have that. Never had it. So I think Allard has a chance. I'm going to do a little preview on the Old Dominion University Monarchs, my Sunbelt team. Sorry, not sorry. They got a new offensive coordinator from Fordham. That offense is looking real spicy right now. I've been reading the message boards. They're loving it up there in Virginia. I think they got a chance to get 7, maybe 8 wins in the Sunbelt. I don't think they're going to compete for a title this year, but maybe next. And then last, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got a lot of question marks this year. They got to make sure they got a run game to support Dylan Gabriel, which I think he's a dark horse Heisman candidate. If Oklahoma can return to its prominence in the Big 12, I think they can. I think they will. I don't think Brent Venables was paid that much money to go 7 wins in the Big 12. Even with the addition of a couple new teams, obviously, still I think, and with the move to SEC, I still think Oklahoma has a chance to get back to it. I think this is the year to prove it, though. I think when you come in with top 5 recruiting class, you got to, hit the ground running. You got to get off to a strong start. You got to stay consistent throughout the year. or else it's all going to fall apart, and then you're going to get picked apart by the transfer portal. Nick Saban's going to make a phone call to your 5-star recruit that's in the portal. Hey, come on, I got you $500K in a Bentley sitting outside in Tuscaloosa. Let's go. So yeah, I think Oklahoma's probably the biggest question mark going into the spring, just because no one really knows what's going on. But I think if they can establish a run game, help out Gabriel a little bit, and Brent Venables actually coaches the defense, I think they got a chance.
Heck yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're going to keep it on the Sunbelt topic. I know one of these two goons are going to have a Sunbelt conversation. Which one of you fellas wants? Who wants it worse? Who wants the Sunbelt first?
Go ahead, Kelvin.
All right.
All right. I'll start with Georgia Southern. Not really too much going on right now. Thank God our defensive coordinator left. He went to the Chargers, so the Chargers about to have the worst pass defense in the NFL this year. We got the defensive coordinator from Buffalo, who I think Buffalo was fourth or fifth in total defense in the MAC, and I think they led the MAC in interceptions. So obviously defense was our weak point, letting up like 34, 35 points a game while our offense is averaging 35 points a game. So even if our defense can improve slightly, that'll be big time for us. Our spring game is in 2 weeks, so I'm not really worried about our offense. With Clay Helton back there, I know, and I forgot our offense coordinator name. I forget his name, but with our offense coordinator, like we're gonna be a pass happy team. Like I know what we're gonna do. We got a bunch of transfer quarterbacks. I think like 3 former like D1 but I think right now our projected starters Davis Brin. He came from Tulsa. He started the past 2 seasons at Tulsa. Last season he had 2,100 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. So he looks decent. So excited to see what we can do. Like I said, I think if our defense improves just slightly, I think we can definitely compete in the Sun Belt East, especially with Grayson McCall is back. Never mind. If we could be, I guess James Madison is probably our biggest competition. James Madison, App State, and Coastal.
Georgia State too.
And Old
yeah, we really need to beat Georgia State. Like, it's not even funny how bad we need to beat them this year.
Don't get your hopes up.
I don't know. Sunbelt East is kind of loaded the more you think about it.
Sunbelt East is, if taking out talent, all that stuff, it's probably the most competitive division in college football. I mean, but Old Dominion is probably the worst team for me in real. Old Dominion is the worst team in Georgia State. Then probably
not this year. We got Kevin Decker, offensive coordinator, in there.
I mean, you still got Marshall. As long as Grayson McCall's at Coastal, they're going to be good. And then you got the Dukes, James Madison, who could be ranked to start season. But we'll go from there. Let's go to the 2-time defending national championship, Georgia Bulldogs. I am very surprised, but there's an actual legit quarterback competition at Athens. I thought it was Carson Beck's to lose, but from what I'm seeing, Brock Vandagriff may have the upper edge because of his legs. A lot of people are comparing Carson Beck to JT Daniels with a stronger arm, and a lot of people are saying Brock Vandagriff is a faster Stetson with 10 times better arm and 10 times better accuracy. So that's going to be – I'm really looking forward to that spring game. It's going to be really interesting to see. They're both splitting first-team reps. So, and then Georgia's really thin at running back, which is kind of disappointing. I know we got Kendall Milton, but we're really going to miss Kenny McIntosh. We really don't have that receiving running back this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if after spring, Georgia goes in the portal and tries to find a running back. Also, from what I'm hearing, Lawson Lucky, it's a tight end that just came in this class, is a dog. From the 2 or 3 spring scrimmages I think Georgia's had, he's had multiple touchdowns in both game or 2 or 3 scrimmages, like 60-yard touchdowns. I would not be surprised if Georgia goes out there with 4 tight end sets. Brock Bowers, Oscar Delp, Lawson Lucky. So Georgia's offense isn't going to be the problem this year. I think I'm really looking forward to how the defense is going to shape up. Obviously, Keely Ringo is gone, CB1. Jalen Carter's gone. I think Michael Williams is going to take a huge step this year. I think he's going to be first team All-American. So, but yeah, Dogs still look like best team in the country as far as I know. Alabama doesn't have a quarterback as of right now, so don't see a reason why the Dogs can't three-peat.
All right. Well, they got to play the Gamecocks. But we're going to send those to our other Sun Belt warrior, Coach P. How's Troy looking? I know, what's his name? Liberty. Help me out. I was Auburn's coach.
Hugh Freeze?
Yeah,
Hugh
I know
Freeze.
Hugh Freeze. He's scared to play Troy. That's why he said Alabama needed to play Troy.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
in the spring game.
but Alabama's scared to play Troy, and that's why they won't schedule him.
Good point. Yeah, tell me about Troy, Coach P. What else you got?
Oh, man, what else I got to say? Absolute group of 5 powerhouse over here, Best team in the group of 5. Shoot, dare I say, best
Tulane?
team in about. Just joking. But I am extremely, extremely excited to see Summerall's second season as head coach. Went ahead and extended him. I think it was another 4 years. Who knows if he stays 4 years? I mean, someone may buy it out and take him after this year, after we go undefeated. But, if that's what happens, that's what happens. But I'm extremely excited to see him. I honestly think he loves it being in Troy. I don't know. He's just good at what he does. He's got players that respond to him, love him. I mean, those guys would 100% go to war for that man. I don't know. He's just great coach. Great team around us this year. I'm excited to see what we do different now that we're, missing probably the second greatest defensive player in Trojan history. Carlton Marshall, go ahead and make a comment about him being 5'8". I dare you. Ryan, you looked up as soon as I said his name like you wanted to say it.
No. I know better. I don't want to get my head bitten off right now.
But once again, I mean, just like last year, I think Sunbelt West is going to come down to South Alabama or Troy. Honestly, it's going to be whoever wins that matchup is going to win the West. The East is stacked, like Kelvin was saying. All those teams, you got Georgia Southern, who should be pretty good this year.
If we get a defense.
Yeah, that's going to be your thing. Marshall should be pretty decent. Old Dominion's going to be Old Dominion. App State's always, they're going to be on the fringe of bowl game or no bowl game, kind of like they were this year. But they're on the up. I mean, you got Grayson McFraud back in Chicken Town. I don't know. Not really intimidating, if you ask me. I don't know. He couldn't really perform in the vet. He got performance anxiety. But, I'm excited for the season.
Heck yeah, Coach. Turn me up one time. Still got to play the Georgia State Panthers. That's neither here nor there. David Prince. David Quavo Jr. What are we thinking?
I sadly did not write anything down
Right?
on our. Oh, I did, but not on the South Carolina Gamecocks.
All good. I'll cover them. All good.
Okay, I bet. I really based on a lot of my things on like offense, other than Oklahoma. James touched on that pretty heavy, but I'll add something to it. Arch Manning, man, he's probably the biggest guy going this spring, probably the most hyped. I'll probably watch the highlights of that Texas spring game if they're on YouTube, just to see if he's got the possibility of meeting expectations, because I'm seeing a lot of hype around this guy. I hope Joe Milton has been taking spring practice very seriously, because I heard a little freshman over there is looking to freaking play.
Yeah, for sure.
Alabama, Kelvin touched on a little bit how they don't have a quarterback. Hopefully they figure out also a offensive scheme under their new OC, Tommy Rees. That's also a big question mark over there. I also hope TCU has figured out offensive scheme this spring as well. I may watch their spring game highlights as well if it's on YouTube. And last thing, Oklahoma. I think the reason why they hired Venables in the first place is to somewhat build a defense at Oklahoma. Because for as long as I can remember, there has never been a defense at Oklahoma. And I just would like to see Oklahoma actually build some type of defense to maybe even hold your teams to under 25 a game. Even with like a mid offense, you'll win more than 6-7 games a year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, David. All right, fellas. We know April 15th, big spring game coming up for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Spencer Rattler's going to be spinning that rock. Juice Wells, man. South Carolina's going to have weapons all over the field. Juice Wells, I'm hearing tight end transfer Trey Knox from Arkansas is an absolute dog. I think we're going to try to use him more in space, an inline blocker. Offensive line, they're going to be a hungry group. Should be fun to see them play. It's going to be some new faces. We've seen a lot of the same faces on the offensive line for a few years. So this is going to be fun to see some fresh faces, see how they adapt to the SEC play. Georgia State, Sean Elliott, I couldn't really, Granger, he's still their quarterback. He's a dog. Sean Elliott's going to have my boys at Georgia State ready to play.
I thought he left, Ryan.
Yeah, I think he left.
I was about to say, I do not want to play. He's one of the few Georgia State players I respect. Granger, he's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog. Conway, South Carolina legend. Little brother's a heck of a ball player too. He's Conway's quarterback last year. So yeah, it's gonna be a good year. The SEC is just gonna be an absolute gauntlet again. It never fails. I think Florida. Speaking of the SEC, I think Florida's gonna be bad. I really think they're gonna be bad. Graham Mertz is not good.
Not according to their message boards.
Really?
Oh yeah, they love them.
Well, their offensive line's not going to be good this year. And Grant and Anthony Richardson's he saved them a lot last year, being able to evade the pocket. Graham Mertz would come in third if he raced a pregnant lady. So he's not going to be able to escape that pocket. I don't think Florida's going to be very good at all. Sunbelt Billy is going to have that pressure on him if he doesn't succeed again this year. I think Florida. I think Florida. Vanderbilt did beat him last year. Florida could be the worst team in the SEC East this year.
All right,
might be my hot.
Whoa. Where do you have the Cox finishing? Give me your SEC East.
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it.
You think we're going to be worse than Vanderbilt?
I think Florida's going to have great run. They got two great running backs. They got Etienne and the other guy. Besides that, fellas, what?
They got what's the receiver name? Number 1.
Ricky Pearsall.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's fine. I just don't see Florida being good, man. I mean, Vanderbilt probably finished last, if we're being honest. But I don't think Florida's going to be very good at all. I think they could finish definitely bottom of SEC East. That's just my opinion. We want hot takes here, and I'm giving you my hot take.
I'll give you a quick rundown. SEC East rankings or standings as of right now. Georgia. I think Georgia, that's not a hot take, obviously. Tennessee, I don't think that's a hot take either. 3, I think it would be 3, 4, 5. I think it's going to be a mix of Carolina, Missouri, Kentucky. 6, Florida. I think Florida finishes 6, but I think they'll still finish 6-6. I think they'll still get to a bowl game. Well, depending on who they get from the West. I know they get LSU, but I don't know their other opponent. And of course, Vanderbilt last. But Vanderbilt finished 5-7, so who knows? But I think y'all's biggest challenge is you need to get over the hump of beating Missouri.
I agree, 100%.
And then is Kentucky? No, Kentucky goes to Williams-Brice this year, but you get what's his name from NC State.
But here's the issue with that, Kelvin.
He's a dog.
He was healthy. He was healthy at the end of the year, and he still didn't start. That's the 90% Devin Leary didn't start over a 3-star freshman.
I mean, but at that point, is it more of just kind of like I'm just rolling with whoever has the hot hand and kind of, just.
He didn't have the hot hand. That dude sucked.
Or maybe Devin Leary said, hey, I'm going to enter the portal. Just don't even play me. Who knows what he said?
I'm not.
Because I think
high.
if you bench a guy who finished top 10 in the Heisman the previous year, he probably knew he was probably going to get out of there. He probably told coach, don't play me.
I think he's going to have a hard time transitioning, just like Will Levis did, because Will Levis played in 2 environments that are SEC-like. Leary played in 1, and now you're going to have to do that multiple weeks. I
think the key to Kentucky is getting their offensive coordinator back from when they were finishing top.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
I think they need to figure out who's going to be running back 1, because losing Chris Rodriguez, that's a huge loss, more than people realize.
They lost Cavassier Smoke too. He was pretty good too.
Yep. I mean, they don't have a playmaker besides what's his face, the freshman.
Well, they got those receivers, Dane Key.
Yeah,
the receiving room's gonna be pretty freaking good.
A lot of teams have
the line as well struggle.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of offensive linemen as well. I mean,
5-star entered the transfer portal.
Kentucky's just a weird team to evaluate.
Every team in the SEC East really has questions. I mean, Georgia, who's going to be the quarterback? Tennessee, can you get a defense? Carolina, how's the offense going to look this year? Florida, fix it, I guess. Who knows what Florida is? Missouri, can Drinkwitz finally get over 6 wins and stop losing games he doesn't need to? Kentucky, can you get an offense to back up your defense? So it's gonna be interesting. Ryan and Jen, you guys are big golf guys, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
Let's get a Masters preview real quick.
I think there's a lot of people. James and I talked about this last night. I think there's a lot of people that can win it. James is going to disagree with me. A live guy's not going to win it. It's just not going to happen. They're going to have too much going on mentally this week to think about winning the Masters. All right, see you, Devo. I think I was telling James last night, Rory, last time he played the Masters was Sunday. He shot a 63, 8 under. If he can put it together, this is his year. He wants it worse than anybody. That's the only thing in his career he's missing is that Masters championship. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say he's running out of time, but he kind of is. I mean, he's getting up. He's getting a little bit older. He's playing good golf right now. He's hitting the ball longer than he ever has in his career. Is Rory? I mean, I think it's Rory this year. If he can just get over that mental hump, if he can channel that energy he had on Sunday last year, it's gonna be Rory's to win. Can't count out Scheffler. He's the best golfer in the world right now, and is not remotely close the way he's playing.
Is Tiger playing or is he hurt?
Tiger's playing. It'd be cool. Tiger's not going to win it. But it'd be cool to see Tiger make the cut at least. That'd be great for golf. Tiger playing on Saturday and Sunday just to watch. Dark horse, give me Zalatoris. I know he's not playing good golf right now. He always plays well at Augusta. He's choked in some big time tournaments. I think Zalatoris, he might be a little dark horse this week. So yeah, give me Willie Z. James, what you think?
The more I'm thinking about it, it'd be cool to see Scotty Sheff go back to back. Because that guy, I don't understand it. He doesn't let anything bother him, and that's super hard to do in the game of golf. But I don't think he's going to win.
I agree.
I'm thinking about it, I'm agreeing with Ryan on this. I think it's Rory all the way. Sneaky finisher, Sam Burns.
Yeah, I like that.
He won the match play. I mean, that's a tough match to play on any level of golf. I think he's sneaky, could win it. And then my bold take is that Cameron Smith and Brooks Koepka are going to finish in the top 10.
Yeesh.
Cameron Smith in his practice round looked like a wizard with his irons. It's Brooks, and he got paired up with Rory today. Still played well in his practice round. They're both playing great golf. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll move it on over to Kel. We're going to do a little one guy go draft. Take it over there, Kel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me pull up the list. All right, fellas. One got to go. We're going to start with classic candy flavors. Strawberry, blue raspberry, cherry, grape. I'm probably going to say grape.
Yeah, grapes out of there.
Like medicine.
Great.
See, grape.
Unanimous.
Unanimous grape. I was trying to think of another flavor, but like that's really common. I guess I could have said like orange or peach.
Watermelon. Did you say watermelon?
Oh, I didn't say watermelon. All right, take out grape. Let's start on watermelon. So
Okay.
watermelon, cherry, blue raspberry, strawberry.
Blue
Cherry.
raspberry.
I'm going cherry.
Blue
raspberry.
That's the best.
Cherry's
I'm
the
gonna go.
best.
All right, I'm going strawberry.
I'm going strawberry too. I think.
A little too sweet for me. A little too sweet for me.
The entire point of candy is to be sweet.
Yeah,
Unless
but
you
I'm not
Cherry
big-
just the thing about cherry flavor, it doesn't remotely taste like a cherry.
Not at all.
That's my problem with cherry.
Not at all. I mean, if you think
yeah,
about
cherry,
it,
cherry.
none of the candy flavors really taste like the one they're trying to implement, other than like maybe orange.
watermelon.
Orange.
You think watermelon tastes like watermelon?
Yeah, watermelon airhead.
Maybe.
Ow.
What about peach? Maybe peach.
Peach. Peach.
Yeah,
is
I don't see peach really being a classic candy flavor though.
it's not.
No, but we're saying, but like actually tastes like the fruit
Yeah.
itself.
Peach is similar.
I think it would have to be peach and orange. Maybe green apple, depending on which one it is.
Oh, yeah. And I actually saw this fact. It was like why does banana candy taste so different than like actual banana? It was like because that's what originally bananas like tasted like, but there was like a disease that took out like the bananas like back in the day, like in the 30s and 40s that people used to eat. So then they genetically modified all the bananas that we eat now. So I thought that was crazy, but
That's nuts, MILF. Okay, listen to this. Time out.
Okay, I'm listening to it.
Somebody told me at work that an almond is technically in the peach family.
I think it is.
That's crazy. That's blew
It's a
my
nut.
mind. Yeah, that's what I said too, David. I thought it was
Nope,
peanut.
it's a fruit.
Learn something new every day, fellas.
Every day. Never
All right,
stop
like-
learning.
Next one, Kel.
All right. We're gonna stay in the candy lane, but we're gonna go chocolate. One gotta go. Reese's, Twix, Snickers, Kit Kat. Let's get Snickers
Easy.
all the way out of here.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Reese's are out of there.
What? Reese's are the top two. Reese's and Twix are top two.
Just call it like I see it, fellas. Twix is one. I agree. I'll rank those. Twix 1, Kit Kat 2, Snickers 3, Reese's 4.
My problem with Kit Kat, as soon as I touch it, it starts melting in my hand.
Yeah,
That's
Every
fine.
time I eat a
That's
Kit
going
Kat,
for me.
there's chocolate residue in my hand.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
Kit Kat's
Reese's
out.
are out of there.
Kit Kat's gone for me.
I don't know, man. I'm having a tough time with this one. Give me Snickers out of there, I guess.
I'm not a
You're not
big,
chewing, you're hungry, James.
I like Snickers too. That's just a nice forward candies, you know.
I'm not a big fan of peanuts and candy, so
I'm not either. But I do
so
like.
that's why I got to
Snickers
get Snickers out of there. All right, last one. There's only 3 in this one, but I feel like this is really tough. One got to go. Free gas, free groceries, free rent.
Free what?
Free gas, free groceries, free rent.
Hmm.
I'm going free gas because it's probably the cheapest.
Yeah.
That I could probably
Yeah.
handle.
If I could have free rent, man, I would.
If Coach P had free rent, he'd just get a place in Enterprise, Alabama.
No.
Yeah, take
No.
free gas out of that.
Right in front of the bowl wheel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go free gas as well.
You gotta
Okay.
go free gas.
Yeah, I thought that would be a little bit harder. I guess not. All right. Start, bench, cut. We're staying on the food topic. But burger, pizza, wings. Start, bench, cut. Ryan, you start.
Starting
Kelvin.
wings, benching burger, cutting pizza.
No.
Devo.
Starting pizza. Pizza, wings, burger. Starting pizza. Benching wings. Cutting burger.
James.
Starting pizza, bench and burger, cutting wings.
Coach P.
This is tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am a wing connoisseur, but you can't get any better than a good juicy burger. So I'm going to start burger, bench pizza, cut wings.
Oh, wow. We agree. Start burger, bench pizza, cut wings.
We agree?
First time for
Then
everything.
Stop the count. Stop the count.
Here's the thing with me.
Go ahead.
You know, am I cutting Jack Brown's or am I cutting these wings? You know, for me, it's cutting these wings.
I'm
Because
cutting
Jack Brown's is just
I'm cutting these wings. The one time I went to Jack Brown, I got the Elvis, the peanut butter burger. That thing was delicious.
Jack Brown's good. I'm cutting it. These wings.
shout out
baby.
Jack Brown's, man. Shout out Jack Brown's
Shout out that
Brown's so
freaking
good.
in the
sauce.
Southeast.
What is it? The Wagyu beef?
The freaking
Yeah.
sauce.
That freaking sauce too, man.
God.
All right. We're gonna transition to NFL quarterbacks. Ultimate mid tier. Start, bench, cut. Kirk Cousins, Tony Romo, Eli Manning.
Holy crap!
Tony Romo.
Hey, Brewer, you know that draft's going, right?
Oh no, I did not know that. Is it my pick?
Yeah, you got Soto.
What? Coach B, why didn't you tell me before this?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Dadgummit. I
He
didn't want
sabotaged the
Soto.
draft.
Anyways, I'll go first. I got it. I'm starting Eli Manning. I'm benching Kirk Cousins, cutting Tony Romo.
Oh, okay. Devo.
Starting Eli Manning, benching Tony Romo, cutting Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Coach P.
What's the three?
Kirk Cousins, Tony Romo, Eli Manning. All in their primes.
Start Eli, bench Romo, cut Kirk.
Starting Eli Manning, benching Romo, cutting Kirk.
I think I'm starting Romo, benching Eli, cutting Kirk. I think Tony, when he actually had a team behind him, when they had DeMarco Murray and Des Bryant, he was an absolute animal. I don't think I ever saw Eli Manning is that dude, but I think Tony Romo was at least really good at
I
something.
think there's some immediate bias with you and Eli
Slight.
Manning.
Maybe slight. Well, we're not going to talk about that. but I don't know. Yeah, I just never really thought Eli was that good, but I mean, he's better than Kirk Cousins. So All right. Last start bench cut. We're gonna go into some I guess land features, I guess if you want to say, or like particularly where you want to live. Start bench cut. The beach, the city, or the mountains.
All right, fellas, let me go first here because I've had experience living in all three now. And let me just tell you, I got to start the mountains. I've always said when I retire, whenever that may be, that I'm retiring in the mountains. So I'm going to start the mountains, bench the city, cut the beach. Too touristy, too busy. By the time it's warm enough for you to do anything, it's tourists. By the time that the tourists are gone, it's too cold to do anything. It sucks. So.
Okay.
And I'm on the clock.
Oh.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Starting the city, benching the beach, cutting the mountains.
I respect that.
Stupid.
Starting the mountains. Starting the mountains, benching the beach, and cutting the city. There's gonna be traffic in the city and the beach, but at least there's water behind me and at the beach.
Yeah, I guess. James.
Oh. Start beach, cut mountains. Or not cut mountains, bench mountains, cut city.
Okay. I think I'm starting the city. Cutting the beach. No, benching the beach, cutting the mountains. I just think in the mountains, I guess you really don't have a lot of access to things, I guess. I mean,
You got access to all you need.
But I've never really lived in the mountains. I've been there obviously before. I mean, it's cool, but I got a huge bias against mountains since people think App State's campus is cool because you see some mountains in the background.
Dude, it's so cool.
So I'm a little biased.
App State's cool.
But living in two cities, obviously the city of Atlanta, biggest city in the South, and then a beach city like Charleston. I mean, wake up, go to the beach. I mean, nice weather all year round. It'll never get colder than, besides that 1 week where it's like 15 degrees, the low has been like 40s or 50s, The palm trees,
I like
the palmetto trees.
I
I like the cold sometimes, but I mean, dude, you can't be 70 and a low of 55 in January. Like it's nice. It's nice. So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and run into this draft. Coach P, I know you got 2 drafts going on right now, but guess what?
I forgot my pick.
This man is struggling right now.
I'm good. Relax. Everybody relax.
We got a where he said everybody relax.
Freaking relax.
What, James?
Who'd you pick?
Right now, I got Manny Machado, apparently freaking Juan Soto, and then Mookie Betts.
Oh,
I like my team. I gotta go row pitchers here though. All right, draft.
All right, draft. Favorite U.S. cities draft. In this draft, you can either have visited or not have visited this city before. Up to you. But Coach P, you are on the clock. Number 1 pick.
Oh man. Hold up. Give me 3 seconds. Let me lock this vote in. Okay. All right. Number 1 overall. I'm gonna pick my personal happy place. Let me go Orlando, Florida.
Okay, Disney World.
That's an interesting pick, but okay.
Well, it's because Universal Studios, man.
Oh yeah, it's true. I haven't been to Disney, but I love Universal Studios.
I've never gone to Disney, but Universal holds a special place in my heart. I went a lot during high school, college. Halloween Horror Nights is elite. The roller coasters are great. Food's great. It's expensive, but it's an incredible time. So,
yep. Ron, number 2 pick.
I'm gonna
Columbia,
go
you cannot
with.
pick Columbia, South Carolina.
He was about to do it.
It was.
Holy crap.
You
Columbia,
can pick it if you
South
want to. You can pick it if you want to.
No, I was joking.
hold
I
up.
was gonna say it as a joke. I was gonna say it as a
You
joke.
can't pick Columbia until you go to 5 points.
Here we go. All right. Everybody gets serious. Everybody quit playing around. All right. Here we go. Lock it in. All right. I'm going with a personal city I visited personally. Boston, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Boston's awesome.
You're on the clock, by the way.
Frick. Thanks, Coach P. Yeah, Boston's really, really freaking cool city. Yeah, going Boston. I gotta pick. Here we go.
Ryan, you definitely seem like you fit the Boston vibe, if you know what I mean.
Jesus.
James.
Oh,
We won't get into that though.
I feel like I could get this later in the draft, but I'm going to take it right now. Give me party capital of the USA, New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans.
That place was so much fun. I'd go back in a heartbeat, except I'm going with the freaking boys next time I go.
Cool. I'm on the clock. I feel like y'all know where I'm going. My hometown, obviously, Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, everything's there. The metro is awesome. Nice suburbs around. I mean, downtown's cool. You got the aquarium. Go catch a Braves game up in Marietta. Mercedes-Benz. Great food. I mean, how can you not love Atlanta, Georgia? Capital of the South. So
great place.
Home,
Dave-O.
brother.
I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Seattle.
Mm.
Nice. Okay.
Interesting pick, man.
Yeah.
You got back to back.
Oh, shit, that is right. Let me see. I'm gonna go for more of a beautiful place. I'm gonna go Honolulu, Hawaii.
Wow.
Mm.
Dave, have you ever been to these places?
Nope.
See,
I would love to go to these places.
But I'll pick somewhere I haven't been. That's fine.
I'm back on the clock. I'm going to go Miami, Florida.
Oh, that's a terrible pick. I'm not going to lie to you.
Miami, Florida is a great city. I mean, you got the beach, South Beach. Great food. Even though I'm not a seafood person, I know the food scene is great down there. My whole family's from Miami, so I feel like I gotta pick it. So I go Miami. James.
Shoot. You know what, I'm doing it. Let me get Las Vegas.
Vegas. Ron.
Mullen, South Carolina. No, I'm just kidding.
The mud.
The mud. No, give me
You mean Charlotte, North Carolina?
what?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Nah.
Great place.
Nah. Yeah, it's a cool place. Give me our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. So much
Terrible
history.
pick once again.
Terrible.
Holy crap.
So much history there, man.
That
Makes you
is-
want to go to that
yeah.
if
If you want to be,
Historical sites are cool, but everything else is just gross.
let's be patriotic here, fellas. I had next pick, right?
No, Coach P
No.
does.
My bad.
I got back to back, don't I?
Yeah, you got back to back.
All right, you know what? I got a little. It's not necessarily the beach, but it's close enough to the beach with Orlando. So I've got my beach-ish pick. So let me go ahead. Let's get some mountains in there. I'm going to say Denver, Colorado.
Ooh.
That was gonna be my last pick.
So
Nice. All right, back. Next pick.
Orlando, Denver. How about Montgomery, Alabama? Just joking. Give me Give me San Antonio.
Charles Barkley would disagree.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't ask Charles Barkley about San Antonio.
I went to San Antonio once. Pretty nice place, actually. I like it. Like it, very historical. You know, you walk around downtown, see the Alamo, all the missionary buildings. Just cool. Historical.
Nice.
So got the beach, got the mountains, got the historical.
Ron.
Give me Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh,
I was about to take it.
Country music, fellas.
golly,
Going there this summer. I'm pumped for it.
Golly, worst city in the world.
Coach B, shut your mouth.
Freaking country music.
Ryan, are you gonna go down Broadway? Nope.
I bet y'all
He
will.
won't go to 5 Points. You think he's gonna go Broadway?
Relax,
You
relax.
gonna go down
fellas.
Broadway
You know, I'm
Street?
about sick of y'all's lip tonight. I'm gonna give y'all one of these.
James.
Man, I don't know because I was just gonna take Nashville. Ryan didn't. I think I want to go somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. The city's kind of up and coming, starting to grow really fast. Let me get Austin, Texas.
That's good.
Nice nightlife, great restaurants, cool little city, growing rapidly.
Nice. All right, I'm on the clock. Now, got a question for y'all. Do U.S. territories count?
Nope.
Or does it
No.
have to be a state?
It's got to be a U.S. city.
I was gonna say San Juan, Puerto Rico, but well, I've been there. It's really nice. I went on a cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about my bad, Devo. Sorry.
Holy crap.
Oh!
My bad.
Holy crap, that was funny.
I could go to Homer Pick and pick Charleston, but I'm not, even though it's a really great city. I'm gonna go. I'll go.
You're about to be up and you're on auto.
Crap.
This guy needs to get a grip.
I gotta lock in.
All right.
I got Boba shit. I got this. God dang it.
Oh, I thought you were about to drop a god damn.
Absolutely not. I'm too classy for that.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Give me Charleston. I've been here for a couple months. Great city. It just wish the drinks were a little bit less expensive, but love going downtown. Great vibes. So I got the beach right there. Actually, Charleston, South Carolina was voted the best minor league city in the country. I mean, we got 3 minor league teams who are all really good. River Dogs won championships, like back-to-back championships. The Battery's really good. Of course, the Stingrays got the most Kelly Cup. So, yeah.
Nice
Devo.
go.
I'll actually pick a place I've been. This is probably the coolest place I've been. I'm going to go with Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I went to Dollarware when I was 6.
That's Coach
So-
P's home, baby. He's moving me.
You said you're retiring in the Tennessee Smoky Mountains.
I didn't say I was retiring in Pigeon Forge.
He's retiring Gatlinburg, actually.
No.
James.
Not from Tennessee.
I
All
just said
right,
I didn't like the beach because it was too touristy. You think I'm going to go to one of the touristy cities? I can't.
Touristy cities.
I'm over here talking like Ryan Brewer.
You're talking like Harry Potter casting a spell.
You think I'm going to one of the most touristy cities in the Southeast? No.
That was hard.
It was so
All
hard.
right. Coach P, you
Pause.
good with your picks? You're locking in?
Yeah, I'm good.
Ryan,
Actually,
you
wait, hold up.
Wait. Here we go. You got Orlando, Denver, San Antonio.
No, I'm good.
All right. Ron,
Yeah, I'm good.
Boston, Washington, D.C., Nashville, locking in?
Yep.
Okay. James, you locking in?
Yeah.
New Orleans, Vegas, Austin.
Yeah.
I think I'm locking in. Devo, you locking in? Seattle, Honolulu, Pigeon Forge.
Yes, sir.
Hannah just said Pigeon Forge. What the fuck?
It's the coolest place I've been, guys. Give me a friggin' break.
Some underrated cities that I think we missed. The city I was gonna say besides Charlotte and Chattanooga. I love Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's a good place. Mobile. I like Mobile, Alabama.
Surprised none of us said NYC or Los Angeles.
Well, I don't think I want to.
No,
I
I
haven't
would.
been
See,
there.
I thought about changing Orlando to Los Angeles, and I was like, Los Angeles isn't the place I want to be right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't been there, so it's kind of just like whatever.
Yeah,
I try to choose cities where I've been. I'm surprised.
I was gonna say
Charlotte.
I chose where I've been.
Oh, let me change my Austin pick.
Oh, are we letting them change?
Yeah, might as well.
Why not?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
all
this is
right.
the place I've been. Let me get San Francisco.
Ooh,
Good pick.
San Fran. I'm surprised Charlotte didn't get picked. What else is out there? I mean, a bunch of cities in Florida. Damn.
I mean, look, Salt Lake
Freaking
City.
Jacksonville? Are you freaking kidding me? Duval?
Jacksonville.
Duval.
No way.
Savannah, to be honest.
That's
Well,
cool.
I guess Savannah's all for me.
Tampa.
Tampa,
Tampa's sick.
Palm Beach, Daytona
Seattle.
Beach. No,
Dallas.
Dave chose Seattle.
Oh, you did? That's right.
Yeah.
Dallas, Houston,
Houston,
St. Louis,
No, no.
City,
Chicago,
Oklahoma City,
Detroit,
Detroit.
St. Paul,
Baltimore. Let's name off the ones that we'd get killed at the first.
Lance.
Baltimore.
Memphis.
Cincinnati,
Memphis.
Albany, Buffalo,
Why are we
Camper.
naming it? This is unreal.
Raleigh, Durham,
I think.
Sumter.
Conway, South Carolina.
Conway. I can forget about Fort Lawrence.
Henderson, Nevada,
How do we forget
Salt Lake City, Utah,
Clemson, South Carolina?
Reno, Nevada.
We didn't forget it.
We forget it. Ryan, how bad did you want to pick Columbia before we bullied you?
I was gonna pick it.
Myrtle Beach.
If you want to pick it, pick it. We're not
No,
stopping you.
I'm not picking it. I'm not
I
picking
just
it.
want to bully you a little bit, you know.
Nah, I'm taking lunch money, little bro.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else got anything real quick?
I think we're good.
All right, fellas. Well, listeners, greatly appreciate y'all. Couldn't do it without you. For all the support. Keep commenting, subscribing, sharing, all the stuff. React to our socials. That'd be super cool if y'all would help us out. Great episode, fellas. Hot takes and pump fakes. We'll see you next week. Sadly, I won't be on next week. I got a baseball game against USC Upstate. Got to work that. But I'm sure the fellas will bring an absolute banger of a pod next week. So y'all have a good night. Peace. Why is it not stopping?